What's good, everybody? Hopefully you guys are doing good. So we are back today with 4 potential scenarios with the next round of checks. At this rate, I'm making a prediction. It's more likely than not we'll be getting something. It might be sometime in July, sometime beginning of August, but with the way things are going, it's very likely we're going to have another check. So here are 4 scenarios. Second stimulus check. Many people have questions about the second stimulus check. The next stimulus package may include a second check, although Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell opposes a second check, citing the high cost and his focus on economic incentives. However, President Trump said there will be another package and it is open to a second check. However, Trump has not guaranteed that there's a second check. Okay, guys, so these are times of uncertainty, and like I've been saying, it's not going to end anytime soon. So here's option number 1 is a $1,200 second check plus $500 for each dependent. Congress could approve a one-time $1,200 second stimulus check. This would be the amount that was the same as the CARES Act, which was the $2.2 trillion package. If Congress makes a second check the same as the first, each individual would get $1,200 up to $500 for each qualifying dependent. Like the CARES Act, Congress could set income limitations. So if you made more than $99,000, you wouldn't get it. And if Congress follows the CARES Act, only dependents 16 years old or younger would qualify for the maximum of $500 stimulus payment. So that's option number 1. Let's go option number 2. Alright, so here's option number 2. $1,200 check plus $500 for each dependent, limited to most in need. So this option will be the same as the second, but Congress could limit the second check to fewer number of people. Congress likely still would send a second check to Social Security recipients, including those who receive SSI and SSDI. However, Congress could focus on Americans who are most in need. So this is the key part of the second one. It's the same as the first, except it's limited to most in need, which, as I've said before, and I'll say it again, how do you decide who is in need? There's millions and millions of people. It's going to be pretty damn hard to decide who's in need and who's not indeed. In need. Indeed. Let's continue. Option number 3. Okay, so option number 3, $1,200 second check plus $1,200 for each dependent. House Democrats passed the HEROES Act, a $3 trillion stimulus package that also included a second stimulus check. HEROES Act would provide up to $1,200 per each individual and $1,200 for each dependent. Now here's the thing. Unlike the CARES Act, the HEROES Act would count high school and college students as eligible dependents for a stimulus payment. However, Senate Republicans are unlikely to support this. That's also another issue. Both sides have to agree, which, as we've been seeing, is easier said than done. Option number 4 is a smaller or larger second stimulus check. So Congress could make the second check smaller or larger than the first check. The second check, if there is one, likely will not be larger than the first one, because Republicans are cautious about the cost of the package. The President has referenced that the next bill could be at least $2 trillion. This would be nearly double the $1 trillion Mitch McConnell said he would target. And Senate Republicans and the President also want to stimulate the economy through payroll tax cut, infrastructure plan, and other incentives for businesses. Again, guys, the same old story coming back to life. The Republicans want a package aimed more towards helping businesses and cutting taxes for employees, and people on the left, they're saying, hey, we don't need that, we just gotta get the money out there. Again, both sides have their points. Ultimately, what's going to happen is probably some combination of both of these proposals. Option number 5, there is a 5th. Option number 5, during the 2020 presidential campaign, as you guys remember, Andrew Yang proposed $1,000 a month for life through a freedom dividend. Mark Cuban also proposed giving $1,000 every 2 weeks. And let me just jump in here. It's easy to propose this stuff when it's not coming out of your pocket. It sounds good, but somebody's got to pay for it. These guys aren't paying for it. So therefore, they're going to say something that sounds good and people are going to support it. Let's move on. In Congress, Kamala Harris, Bernie Sanders, and Ed Markey, Democrat and Independent, proposed a monthly economic crisis support act, which is $2,000 a month for each individual, $4,000 for married joint filers, and $2,000 a month for each dependent. Harris and Yang also renewed their call this month for a $2,000 check. Many Americans would likely prefer a monthly check. However, given the high cost and uncertainty, if there will even be one, a one-time stimulus check, a monthly stimulus check is unlikely. Bottom line, don't expect $2,000 a month. Yeah, I don't really see that option coming out. Option number 6, return to work bonus. Now, some people have argued, okay, you're giving out all these checks. How are people incentivized to go to work? Because a lot of scenarios, people are making more money being at home, doing nothing, than going and working. And that's a good point. And I don't know how effective this would be. So that's the 6th option, return to work bonus. Option 7, travel credit. So a potential $4,000 in travel credit to help with the hospitality industry, airlines, and all that good stuff. So this was a interesting proposal because instead of giving airline companies bailouts and all that, they could do something like this and people would spend, and it's kind of a win-win. However, I'm not sure people really want to travel right now. That's the only thing, is they might pass something like this and it's going to backfire, because who wants to travel right now? Do you really want to stay at a hotel with everything going out? Do you really want to go to visit friends and families? In some states you're quarantined, so like New York, New Jersey, if you fly out, you have a 2-week quarantine period before you can. Again, a lot is going on. It's complicated, it's confusing, it keeps changing every day, it's hard to keep track. Some states you have to wear a mask, some states you don't have to wear a mask, and it sounds very confusing because it is. Alright, let's continue here. The bottom line, good. What's the bottom line with everything I just told you guys? Congress will vote next month on a new package, and this article was up a couple days ago, so mid to late July is probably when they're going to vote. Will there be a second check? It depends. The first check was intended to help provide financial assistance. Today, months after the bug began, the next stimulus package could be focused on individuals and businesses. With a focus on how to stimulate the economy, Congress will weigh helping the American people, supporting business, and stimulating the economy with job growth and other incentives against the backdrop of total spending. Alright guys, so there you have it. That is proposals for what this next check could look like. And he seems happy either way. So he has to do something, guys. Okay, this is not a lefty or a righty thing. This is just a reality check. If you're up for re-election, people are struggling, you gotta be doing something. You gotta be showing and appealing to both sides that, hey, I'm doing something, I'm passing checks, people are in damage control right now, I'm trying to put out fires, and that's basically what he's going to have to do in the next couple months, is just put out fires, because there's a lot of fires from all different angles, different aspects of life that he's going to have to figure out. And this is not something easy, guys. It's another check. At some point, it's going to have to get paid back. Inflation is going to have to be an issue. All these things we got to look at. Now, either way, you're going to have to save a little bit, but the thing is here too, you got to think about, is saving rates are dropping, guys. I don't know about you, but I use an online savings account, and I'm not going to endorse anything right now. However, I could tell you for a fact that the rate was dropping. Before it was like 2%, then it was 1.85, then 1.75, 1.65, 1.2, and now it's like 1%, which is still better than a lot of banks that offer you 0.1%. You're making pennies at that point. Something to look into. Do your research. See how much your savings accounts are paying you. If you guys have a savings account right now, how aggressively or not aggressively are you saving? Let me know in the comments below. And to further show you guys what we're currently dealing with, stocks making the biggest move today: Gap, Nike, JP Morgan. This is fresh off the press today, June 26th. And Nike got absolutely hit hard today. Nike lost 51 cents per share for its last quarter and fell off. And it's because their numbers didn't reach where they were expected. They were down in sales, a few hundred million. Do your research into that. And the financials also got hit because they had a stress test, which is interesting. JP Morgan, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Goldman Sachs, Citigroup. These and other financial corporations under pressure. the Federal Reserve imposed limits on dividends those companies could pay and suspended any share buybacks following the latest round of stress tests. Again, how this is all going to develop moving forward, you're gonna have to keep an eye on it. Amazon, Big Lots, Harley-Davidson eliminating 140 U.S. jobs amid the bug and everything going down. 90 jobs will be cut at Harley's York, Pennsylvania plant. Office Depot. Like I said, a lot is going on. Ford unveiled its first redesign of the F-150, which could help their sales. We got a lot going down, and I'm gonna end it with this for you guys. S&P right now is down 1.8% at the time of this filming. It's about 12:30 in the afternoon on June 26th, and it's been pretty rocky ride, as you guys can see. On Wednesday, well, on Tuesday to Wednesday it dropped. Thursday it went back up, and then today is Friday, it dropped again. There is no timing the market, guys. Unless somebody can prove me wrong, you cannot time. This is very, very difficult to time the market. Look at these. One day it's up, one day it's down. One day it's up, one day it's down. Same thing with the Dow Jones as well. Dow Jones, one day it's up, one day it's down. And it's currently down 2%, almost 600 points. And yeah, there's no telling when things will normalize and stabilize at this rate. Your guess is as good as mine. Nobody really knows. Anyways, guys, if you made it to this video, quick disclaimer, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial investor. Talk to an expert before you make any sort of financial moves with investing, with saving, with anything. Do your own research. This is all just fun and entertainment. Okay, so just here to share my thoughts. Do your own research, and hopefully I sparked something in you that you can go and hit your curiosity. You can do some more homework and some more research, and let me know in the comments below, guys. What is your strategy at the moment? Does anybody own Nike stock? I personally don't own Nike stock. I would like to at some point. However, I might just wait to see what happens in the next couple days and next week. Anyways, as always, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Until next time, stay safe and peace.